Hi, this is Joelle, and I am the Viberarian. I am here to elevate, enlighten, and empower, and I'm starting that journey within and share my experiences with you in hopes that it also passes that energy on to you. I came on today because I wanted to get some more information about a series of synchronicities that have been happening to me. And I love to do that and share then these messages because I'm sure that it resonates with those who are in the good vibe tribe who are also experiencing similar energies in this moment along with me. So, what started this off a few days ago, I was over at my bestie's house in my little bubble of how I move, and I pulled one of the charms that she has from All Things Intuitive. I love All Things Intuitive. Chris is just a beautiful spirit sister friend, and she puts these charm sets together. So I have a couple sets that I use, and Tanya also received a set last time she ordered some of Chris's spray. And so I drew a charm for myself, and it was a seahorse. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. I really don't know that much about seahorse energy. Let me see, let me go ahead and do a dive. So I had bookmarked it for myself to kind of revisit the issue later. I knew that there would probably be guidance in the spirit animal oracle because I was familiar with the cards in there, but I also wanted to see what resources were in other decks that I had, but I kind of put it on the back burner for a few days and didn't come back to it. I felt that seahorses are, they move about in the ocean. And I also get sometimes call them sea dragons. I don't know why it just kind of comes up like that for me. But so I knew it was about like moving oneself through the ocean and propelling yourself through the waters, which I always talk about emotion to me, but I really wanted to see what other people had brought forth about it. And a few days passed. And so yesterday I was over spending quality time with her son, Jet, who I love to death. He's like my local nephew because my nieces and nephews live at a distance from me and I haven't been able to see them in some time. So he was having time with his TT, that's me, and we were coloring and having fun. And so he picked a picture to color for me to give to me for Valentine's Day. And it was a princess frog on a lily pad. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm definitely going to have to look and see what the frog energy says. But when I turned to the page to pick to color for myself, I knew immediately which one I was going to pick. And it was this one. With the seahorses. So I went deep dive in for this lovely time with Jet, and he's 9 years old. And we just enjoyed about an hour of coloring and chatting about things and his little reality and sharing which colors look best and, complimenting back and forth with each other. And this was my final picture. And of course, you can see there are bubbles of love there. And I thought these are like sea, horse, dragon, unicorn, magical creatures. And that's the beautiful part about magic is that we kind of are able to color outside the lines and create things that have never been seen before, so I thought this was a very whimsical kind of representation, and I thoroughly let my inner child play during that time. So of course I wanted to go ahead and see what is the message that seahorse energy wants to talk about. And of course, I went in to also pull the sea dragon energy since that was kind of a companion to it over and over again. So starting with firstly the Colette Baron-Reid Spirit Animal Oracle, because I knew that there was a definite seahorse spirit in there. And this is the card. Watch and Wait, which is a 53, and that equals 8. 8 is about infinite return of energy, as above, so below, a never ending circle. And so the fact also that it talks to me about time, infinity has no hurry. So if we are watching and waiting, then we realize that time and feeling rushed and pressured about something is only from our human perspective. So, wanting to see, this deck is from the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. So, let's check in and see what guidance she has to say about Seahorse Spirit. Hovering gracefully, the seahorse observes with the perspective of one who is not engulfed by the drama, remaining at a distance from all the turbulence. Seahorse spirit appears at this time to remind you of the need to be neutral and gain perspective. Your message from Seahorse spirit is not my circus, not my monkeys. It's funny because do we all remember the sea monkeys as children, the little things that you could grow in your own little aquarium? All right, I don't know how successful we were with those little things, but interesting. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Spirit wants you to know that even if you are tempted to jump into the fray and try to fix things, the best way to serve yourself and others right now is to remain calm and simply watch and see. Another message here is that whatever your query, Seahorse Spirit asks you to step back from it, be willing to explore things from different angles rather than a single one, and just observe what is possible. From the perspective of the position of the neutral observer, you will discover a myriad of opportunities and a deeper understanding of what you seek and why. And you will know beauty, truth, love, and wisdom. It's beautiful. We have this combination of red and blue. It's like rooted, root chakra energy and blue, higher truth kind of merging here as well. Now, it says in the protection aspect, which in this guidance, it's not like a negative, but it's like if you want to look at the total picture and receive any cautionary messages from Seahorse Spirit, this would be it. And it says, are you holding on to judgment, sure that your perspective is the only correct way to look at things? There are as many perspectives as there are creatures in the sea. And when Seahorse Spirit appears, you are reminded to detach from the experience so you can view it from more than one angle. Pay attention to your hidden beliefs and how they affect the way you think, feel, and act. Are you being fair to all involved, or do you need to step back? Perhaps the drama you have been drawn into is your own. Whatever the actions of others, your challenge is to be non reactive and not take their words or behaviors personally. Their turbulence may have little to do with you, so remain neutral until you know more. Your perspective may be quite different in time. That reminds me of the Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, who says, don't take things personally because everyone is really living in their own version of their life story. And you cannot necessarily judge yourself by the story that that person is telling about themselves or even about you. So this is interesting as well, because as we're looking at the activity of coloring something, and it being correct and being in the lines, like being able to still see the beauty if it's not exactly a seahorse, if it's not exactly what you envision a seahorse should be, or even if you would have picked different colors to color this particular picture, stepping back from that and saying it is seeing it for beauty in and of itself, just for the activity of putting pen to paper and creating some kind of vision. And as we're, being interacting with a 9-year-old, like not trying to put him into a box to say, well, you need to make it make sense in terms of frogs aren't green, frogs are green. And encouraging Jet to make purple the color of the frog because his vision, and he can use purple if he feels like it, and not judging him for that. So very, very interesting energy to start out from the seahorse spirit, from the spirit animal oracle. Let me get this set up right here. And we'll be building on this message layer by layer here as we go. All right, so I also knew that there was a seahorse. There had to be a seahorse in the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle, of course, because this covers all of the aquatic life forms. This is by Angela Hartfield. And so I went in here to see what the message of the seahorse spirit is, and it is actually card number 9. There's 9 twice, a 9-year-old and 9 on this thing. Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. I love it. This has got the green, and it's like almost the vortex of the heart-shaped energy is in the background of here. I'm assuming it's seaweed, but I'm just seeing that heart-shaped vortex that is at the center of all of us and behind all that we are doing. So amble with contentment. Ambling is not racing or running. Ambling is just kind of moving at a leisurely pace. And certainly if you are drifting in a calm state of energy rather than turbulence, then you will just be floating along with the current of how things are moving in a natural way. So let's see here what it says about ambling with contentment. Contentment is also the energy of being okay with where things are, not being wishful for something else, not feeling the impatience of not having arrived at a destination yet, but just really enjoying the ride. Okay, so let's see here. Trust your gut feelings or your sensitivity to give you information about your current situation. Let go of any doubts or uncertainties, as they are only going to cause you to become off balance. You may want some personal time to clear your thoughts. Things are coming to fruition, so trust that you only need to be present for this to unfold in the most positive manner. By allowing things to flow to you, you will enable yourself to become clearer about your decisions and goals. While you might be feeling tired and wanting to give up, this card is about having faith and hanging in there. Have the patience to just allow. Take a step back and trust that the spiritual guidance you need is right there, ready and willing to assist you. Seahorses are considered mild-mannered and sedate creatures, which are happy to roam the oceans. Their tiny stature is structured for sauntering. They do not travel at speed. They truly emanate the energy of patience and happiness. Seahorses are content where they are and do not hurry when making changes. The seahorse will wrap its tail around a piece of coral or some other structure to resist a strong current. They remind you to hold tight and bide your time if you find yourself being rushed or overwhelmed. I love that. Like peaceful creatures who just are able to go with the flow, to not rush, and then to ground, to anchor themselves when there is a strong current. All right, so we have this message of stepping out of any drama, the circus monkeys, sea monkeys, right? And stepping into that calm state of flow where everything is okay. Isn't that a good place to be in? I think that it is. Okay, it's interesting because one of the decks that I pulled, because again, I'm pulling from all the resources that I have in the Viberary card collection that have to do with seahorses. And I have this deck, the Dame Darcy Oracle, the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot. And she is a wonderful creator. Please check out damedarcy.com. I am not paid for any of these recommendations. These are cards that I purchased myself. And her deck is so clever and cute. Each of the things that are in it are actual art and like drawings and things. And of course, it's an ocean theme, and she does actual performance art as a mermaid. So it's really, truly delightful. So anyway, this is the cards that I found from this deck that had the seahorse energy. And one of those things is cards is the Knight of Pentacles. And you see here, he is riding on a seahorse. And the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot is the slow and steady wins the race card. The knight who brings forward material manifestation in forms of things from as above into below state of being. This is the most dependable energy. He always comes on when he is needed to in divine timing. That can seem somewhat slow to us in our 3D experience, but the reminder is to have patience because this knight is actually the most reliable that gets the job done. It will be done and done right when the Knight of Pentacles rides in his own sweet time for that for that delivery. Okay, so this is perfect in terms of the whole issue of timing. And the other card that was in here that has the seahorse is the Sun card. And you can see that there's this delightful little mermaid riding her seahorse above the waves. The sun is the energy of victory. It is about happiness and delight and like true joy and golden sparkles of love and energy. Is like living your best life and your best reality. So here we have this feminine energy, which our energetic state of being is what we create our world with. So we create from our emotional state, and our reality matches the vibration that we are putting out there. So to have this energy of sunshine and happiness inside from your feminine state to create a manifestation that you know is coming, no matter how long it takes, never losing sight of that initial energy that is fueling the solar power, that the solar plexus chakra sun that is fueling this knight as he continues along his journey to bring into the world all that has been envisioned. That's the masculine and feminine working together in terms of how we co-create with those energies on the earth plane. And the other card that was had the seahorse is the Six of Wands. So here we are talking about an energy of victory, of riding in and being seen as victorious, not only by ourselves, but by the rest of the world around us who are seeing us empowered, celebrating with us our successes and our achievement, all that we have done with our energy, which is what wands are, right? So we're taking our emotional state and bringing it out into the world, and then being victorious in the energy that we have created. I love this so far. This is a beautiful kind of message here that I can see coming together in a very, very meaningful way. So let's see here. The other deck that I pulled out in terms of tarot, because tarot speaks to how our energies are moving in our current energetic state, is the Oceanic Tarot by Jayne Wallace. I just knew there had to be something with seahorses in it. And sure enough, we see here the Ace of Wands, which is growth, Wands again are, you know, what we do with our energy out, our creative, our sacral energy, which is orange. That's the visions that we see, that we bring out energy in order to put them into a manifest form. Certainly coloring with colors and crayons is an activity that stimulates the sacral chakra flow, because we're using that creative, visionary part of ourselves. And that's a beautiful way to actually put yourself into creator spaces, to go make something that is playful, something that is not like actually part of your project. Go color for a little while if you're feeling stuck. Go make some pottery or do something that is just for yourself, to be a little kid again. Finger paint, right? But so here we have this Ace of Wands bringing forth, and here we have that seahorse with his tail anchored around this wand as well, like anchoring yourself in the creative energy and that creative flow state. So the Ace of Wands, according to the guidance that came through from the author, it says here, growth. You are crowned with success under the influence of this creative ace, as new projects, work ideas, and travel plans take off. You're able to communicate well now, to share your vision and persuade others to get on side. If you've been wondering if your plans will succeed, this card tells you yes. Listening to your intuition will also strengthen your spiritual beliefs. An additional meaning is fertility and pregnancy and beginning a new journey or adventure. The advice is to step into your power, invent, talk, and create. Whatever you say now will be well received. That's auspicious energy. Aces are the start of something. So, like, we have to remember as we are starting this thing, however, that it's not a race to the finish line. Like, we can go with the flow then of our creativity and allow time to become not so important in our experience of this new creative flow. Love that. Okay, let's see here. All right. The other card in this deck that has seahorses is the Chariot card. And the Chariot is about taking things and movement forward. We have like this purple, which always speaks to me of the higher divine energy of our crown chakra, receiving inspiration from source. Yellow is the solar power, the moving forward with our willpower and strength and skills and knowledge, and being confident in that and moving ourselves forward into something. And you can see that these two energies are intertwined here. And this being is like in a little shell, a seashell. It's very interesting because I have my charms from All Things Intuitive in a seashell. In a clamshell, right? So I love that repetition of energy. And so let's see here what the Chariot guidance is in her particular interpretation of it. Chariot is also card number 7. 7 is to me the divine feminine energy. It's like a calling card that I get all the time, letting me know that she is bringing forth information to me and through me. So it says here, the charioteer is the traveling warrior of the tarot. He holds a trident to guide him on his journey, and 2 seahorses carry him forward. He needs only one hand on the reins to control their direction. His willpower and determination propel him onward and keep his chariot moving in the right direction. In his seashell chariot, he is protected. The shell also symbolizes his personality, or the outer persona he shows to the world. The meaning of this is movement. It's time to make serious project. Travel is favored now as are moves connected with work. The card is also a general sign that every aspect of your life will surge forward. However, balance is necessary, and you may need to treat people around you with care, as this is a card of energy rather than sensitivity. The card reveals that good timing and being aware of your ego will be essential if you're to keep your show on the road. An additional meaning of the card is acquiring a new car or other vehicle. Okay. Advice, it says it's time to actively move forward with your plans. Keep that ego in check when you need to and enjoy this time of power and motivation. The key words are journeys, determination, willpower, progress, friction, guidance, and protection. Now, this is on page 21, which 21 is a three, and that threes are about ascended mastery and being in balance with our mind, body, and soul. So, being in balance. Sometimes when we're in the car, we don't need to accelerate and gas it and push the gas pedal. We need to just move with the flow of traffic. Sometimes we can put the car in neutral and coast, especially if we're on a hill, right? So knowing when to move out of that flow state into acceleration, knowing when to pull back and to allow the traffic to move in front of us. I've had this experience of being at a stoplight, and it's time for the light to change and it's time for me to go according to the light, but something has said, hold on just a second. And sure enough, a car that didn't see the light blew through the intersection late after it was clearly red on the other side. And if I had been hurrying to go instead of pausing to see from another perspective, trusting my own intuition in that moment that says, just wait just a little bit, and avoided a catastrophe that would not have been my fault because I would have been in the right had I gone when the light said green, go. But allowing for my intuition to guide me in a different kind of flow state prevented me from great harm in that instance. So, of course, if we recognize that even though the Knight of Pentacles is moving slow, he is still moving. And it's okay that we are not rushing towards our destination, but it is still in our intention, and we are still moving towards that which we are intended to create in this reality. So here we have these two energies adding to the layer of the teaching around the seahorse spirit. Okay, now, threes came up in the reading that I did with everyone on the 13th. Three came up many times, so it's very interesting that three comes up again because it was like repeating, like the people in the chat were saying three as the number selection, and then the card that came out from the Rumi deck was actually card number three. So here we have three again, and interestingly enough, in the Myths and Mermaids deck by Jasmine Becket-Griffith. I have not used this deck in so long, but it was called to bring out to see what energy had the Seahorse or Seadragon in it. And so these cards, Jasmine's art is just a very signature look, all of her decks. But this is actually card number three, Mermaid with a golden dragon. Excuse the glare there. You can kind of see my reflection. And it looks like a rainbow up here in a mirror almost. And then we have this sleeping dragon, golden dragon below her. So let's see. And that's a three again, balance in body, mind, and spirit. Oh, this is her fin. Her fin is actually a rainbow. I see it now. It took me a second. I had to look at it differently. So her fin is a rainbow fin. And, we are the rainbow tribe. We are the rainbow. As you can see, I've got my rainbow shirt on for the kindness club that my niece Ellie has started about spreading kindness through the world. So we are the rainbow tribe that is here bringing this energy of love and all of our creativity and all of our differences, seeing the oneness in all of that and bringing it into a new vibration that is creating a new experience here on the planet. So let's see what we have here from the Mermaid with a Golden Dragon. And the poem is, a golden beast did I espy, while swimming aimless, idling by. What a treasure, what a prize, to capture with my eager eyes. A pet to cherish, precious, bright, shining with such honeyed light. Good luck, great fortune to adorn, I'll guard my gold forevermore. Interesting poem. Okay. A sweet young mermaid looks over her newfound treasure, a tiny baby dragon. His golden scales emit a radiance of wealth and prosperity as he nestles among the water lilies in the lake. Divination message, look forward to prosperity. Good news, your hard work and careful planning are soon to pay off. While it is exciting to contemplate your new success, it is important to keep your head. Remember that with wealth comes responsibility, and if you are not careful with your money, it may soon be gone. Do not give in to the temptation to spend quickly and avoid falling victim to bad investments. Instead, remember your long term goals and choose a path that is consistent with what you wish to accomplish in life. Just the same, it is okay to splurge a little. You deserve it. The opposite is to beware of bad investments. A new business proposal or investment opportunity is looming on your horizon, but take care to weigh your options carefully before making any rash decisions. Sometimes what sounds too good to be true truly is, and a poor choice now can have devastating results down the road. Okay, so that's interesting because this talks about taking things from a different perspective, hanging back, I think was in the seahorse spirit, right? Hanging back a little bit to watch and wait. So don't rush into anything. If there's a pressure coming for you to say, do it now, you got to do it. You're going to miss this opportunity. It's only here for a short period of time. Then that'll probably be your indicator that this is where you need to watch and wait and get a different perspective, do a deep dive with it to go a little bit further and make sure that all is what it seems. Remember, what is for you will be there for you in the divine time. So you are not ever losing anything in the now moment. Things will be returned to you as an opportunity in a different form that is more balanced and right for you in the proper alignment and season for your journey. Okay, so here we have the dragon spirit. Okay, these just aren't going to stay up, so that's fine. All right, so I wanted to see if there was energy in the sea dragon, of the sea dragon element in this dragon oracle deck by Diana Cooper. I just always say sea dragon, seahorse, sea dragon for whatever reason. So I don't know if it's because they're kind of scaly looking beings. But anyway, of course, there is guidance in this deck. The first thing is to the water dragon, okay? And here we have that green again, the green energy of being surrounded by the heart chakra. And, this says to me like Poseidon and Atlantis energy, because here we have this column that's down there like a ruin. So it speaks to me of ancient times. And this water dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. Okay, beautiful. So let's see where the water dragon energy is here. It is on page 24. One of the other cards was also on page 24. So there'll be an interesting synchronicity, I'm sure, to come up with 24 at some point going forward, because everything is connected. So it says here, fourth dimensional water dragons are a soft green color and are very beautiful. They undulate with the flow around them and help everything to move forward with grace and tranquility. Their service work is to maintain the constant movement of Christ light in the waters of our planet. They also help us develop our psychic abilities and intuition. The guidance is the message the elemental water dragons are bringing you is to flow around your challenges with loving intent. If you ask them, they will help you look for an easy way to circumnavigate your challenges and to deal with people lovingly. To enable this to happen, they will help you to develop your intuition and psychic abilities by touching your third eye and allowing the petals of the psychic center to open. When you listen to your inner wisdom and trust that the water dragons will guide you, the course of your life will run more smoothly. Ask them to cleanse the cells of your body, for this will enable you to shine your light even more brightly. Then your guidance is to relax so that they can access your energy fields and pour the golden Christ light of pure, unconditional love into them. Consciously absorb this golden Christ light and flow with it. This will bring you love, wisdom, and healing and enable you to travel effortlessly on your ascension path. It will also allow you to direct and help others with calm and integrity. Okay, so we have here the golden Christ light filling you at a cellular level, helping you to move through the flow, to move, trusting your intuition of when it's time to go or when it's time to stop. Also, being in the flow state of waiting and watching and moving along with the energy, of course, with that heart-shaped vortex there, ambling along with the energy and going with the flow, then you will always be able to flow around obstacles because the current will take you there. I love this, how it's coming together. Yeah, take you into victory. Okay. Now, the other card here is the Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune, which enables you to access your deepest soul wisdom. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. This is the key. He's holding a key as well. And here we have that trident that we saw in the Chariot card as well. Look how closely the energies actually wind up resonating in these two cards. Amazing. The trident is the three energy, the masculine, the feminine, and the divine, right? Which supercharge and move us. So I love this energy. And of course, aquamarine, so much of what I have is that ocean blue, which I think is, part of the frequency that we are actually having here on the planet as well. Neptune is a watery planet. I'm not real up on the astrology to know what Neptune deals with, but I believe that it's also affiliated with Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio. So anyway, I'm sure, again, more information. If I ask, then Spirit will show me more guidance about it, and I'll be happy to share that with you. So it says here, Neptune is the watery planet of advanced spirituality and enlightenment. The aquamarine dragons from this illumined planet carry the light of the universe, which contains spiritual information and knowledge. They will approach us and ask us to tune into them so that they can download the light into our energy fields. This will enable us to take information and know how to apply it wisely. As these gentle dragons flow around us, they also help us to access more of our ineffable soul knowledge and wisdom and pass it to others humbly, sincerely, and honestly. They have the ability to pour liquid light into us, which builds our crystalline light body more quickly and enables us to shine. They also enhance our psychic development by enabling our psychic chakras to open up more easily. We may find our subtle knowing is heightened after encountering them. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment because I really want to look up ineffable and make sure that I have a true understanding of the word. As a librarian by day and viberarian all the time, I have to, always have backup for my information, footnotes, annotations, citations, and things of that nature. And it says, ineffable is too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words. And they use the example, the ineffable natural beauty of the Everglades. So too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words. So if we are talking about our our ineffable soul knowledge. So we are talking about a soul knowledge that is too great to be expressed in words. That is beautiful. We're unlocking all of that within ourselves, right? And so bringing it forward. So, okay, made sure I knew exactly what I was saying here, turning some knowledge into wisdom, all right? So it says aquamarine dragons from Neptune are water dragons. They will flow around you, surrounding you with their aquamarine energy and awakening your psychic abilities. Connect with them often, for each time you do so, they will light up more of the keys and codes of your true essence. This will bring you soul contentment and a sense of your divine magnificence, and you will experience higher levels of enlightenment and see your world and the universe through different eyes. Your guidance is to drink a glass of blessed water as you tune in to these dragons. Then they will be able to touch you more profoundly. Okay, so if you don't know about how to charge your water, charging water is actually moving the water into a state where it carries your intention and feeling into yourself at a cellular level. So if you have this intention to unlock the ineffable knowledge with the assistance of the water dragons and the seahorses and the golden Christed light energy that you are, then you can speak to your water. That you can actually swirl your water around in like a circular fashion in order to kind of settle it down, because it is carrier energy. So as it's come through the pipes and things to your house, it's gone through kind of a tumbling and jumbling, and as it's been bottled and kept in plastic or filtered, it's done through all these processes. But then before you drink it, just swirl it in a circular motion, which is like a natural centrifugal force. Speak into the water, like, bless my cells, make me healthy and happy as I hydrate myself. Help me to unlock my knowing and to live in my best and highest vibration. Help me to feel the flow as I drink you and to move into alignment with the divine flow of my life. Right? So, again, beautiful energy and lesson from the Seahorse and Sea Dragon realm. So, to close up this little reading, I am going to choose an affirmator. As you can see, this is kind of like a little narwhal energy. This is the affirmators of love and relationship. And, you know, he has a little horn coming out of him, like my little sea dragons horses did. And so I thought this would just be a perfect way to kind of close out the energy and see what affirmation can add to our energy of this lesson and this teaching as we move into a flow state that will be one where we experience manifestation with ease and grace and contentment, calmness, and most importantly, expansion and restoration at a cellular level. All right, so let's see here what the affirmators are going to say. Warmth. I focus on warmth and let it guide all my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza. Today, I adopt the saying, kill him with kindness. And turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. Oh, that's funny. With kindness. All right. Kill them with kindness. Let's see if we can get the autofocus to come in there. Maybe not. There we go. So we've got this bear hug here happening. Kill them with kindness. All right. Be a bear. Change the world with kindness. Go with the flow of being good to yourself and good to others. Flow your benevolent energy out into the world and with warmth. And who doesn't love a tropical ocean that is warm and comforting to be able to swim in? All right. And on the bottom of here, we have integrity. And let's see, it says home is where the heart is, which is on the wall here by this little, I guess he's a bison or ox. And I think we just entered the ox, the year of the ox with the Lunar New Year. It is celebrated across Asia and China. And so it says here, I align with the center of myself, a glowing core of personal integrity. Emanating from this core is the knowledge that I never have to compromise who I am or what I want for anybody. I can live a life that doesn't include settling, unless I want to settle, in which case settling would be my idea of perfection and would cease to be considered settling. Ugh, paradoxes hurt. Interesting guidance from the affirmators. It's interesting because we have two earth energies, like this bear and this bull, or this bear and this ox, but it's bringing into the earth then this energy of warmth and integrity. And of course, behind it all, we do that because we are beings of love. So thank you for tuning in for this reading today. I hope that it enlightened and elevated you as much as it did myself. And I definitely am feeling empowered to be in the flow state of my life and to move easily with the current instead of stressing and fighting and struggling against the tides and against the natural way, and to be in acceptance that all really is happening in the most divine time possible for all that I desire my life to be. Go out, get some colors, have some fun today. All right. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.